Engineer Memwachio.
Ziggy, Mejoso.
Engineer catch a menu shady lecture so na catch a new. My penisi or a babeno automated, ya be connected ya call. You oka ona ne Ghana card so I can you mubi ya bombarded the technicalities no too much Mr. Tobo pa ne cheche mu me ye pa se roto ne de ba no ma panya sam na wo kana se pa kire sei
My papa is na mintia mo for for another way. Kamera say Sabio journalist and I say media houses na gather sensationalism no na ba make up president ni no negative truth was ba na nyamata na media social media no eco viral pa I was say kamo bomb ba so ni other engineers and I say persons who speak on issues like this. So that very first day the former minister for Road and Highways Honorable Amakwata taking that decision overnight. The next morning, I was the first to put all that saying in Ghana here. Now, they will call me X-handle at Mahama _Abdullah. I don't know the date, but if I knew about it, I remember my exact date now. Let me see the next morning what I said. I'll come on Facebook, so Abdullah Mahama, Engineer Abdullah Mahama. You find this, in fact, I did a video, an extensive video about why that was a very unpopular decision. In fact, a sister station of a media house, I take some poll or some of the trotro stations and other terminals. And over 85% of motorists were not in agreement with the minister. Those who were rather paying, they were not in agreement.
Yeah.
And so, I stated again, it will come. I think in your studio, I said it will come again. Whether it will come in the SY administration or when the new government comes, we'll have to bring it back. But it has to be properly automated. So sometimes say moko check na mo credit when it is due. And I spoke about the fact that before we can be able to automate it properly, unless the Ghana card is properly functioning, where maybe we have covered an extensive number of Ghanaians who are connected to DVLA, everything is actually digitized. And then we can have a stream flow where Ghana Revenue Authority will now have to rely on DVLA's documents, whatever it is, and be able to surcharge persons who will now be using our digital toll areas. I even said one comment in a joke said,
yeah, engineer.
Yeah, Kofo become Ziggy you don't know, say, Obiafa or Cast or say, or Joe Cast or the court maybe Mantemaya. But in the next 1 hour, that person who might have gone beyond the Ocas or the Cono, no, Akofa to Biasia, your phone would have alerted you, say, hey, you can't pay because you'll be paying some too.
I see.
You get it? So you get it, and before we come, we have a file, so may call at Motabatis here, I don't bank of your motorways. But unfortunately for the person, offer machine as picking on that, a prompted with the owner of the phone, say, hey, Okano Afa 2 area as is here. So, and I said two things there. We may have to use the accounts, we may have to use the Momo, but unfortunately there will be some difficulties. The Momo numbers, I want to say the people, maybe you see me number, phone number, yeah, mode me. It's over 24 years. Means I remember that. But when we are connecting people's card with their phone numbers, same Momo number now, we may have some lapses because people change their numbers with ease. So that will be another challenge that I'm giving to government. In fact, a laudable idea from the president, but we know there will be bottlenecks that we have to address. So people might be changing their numbers every now and then. That has to be also be looked at how it will be addressed. The account number, they are very good. But I think that it may not just be on a daily basis. Maybe within a week now, then you are supposed to make the payment. And then there will be a condition. Within 2 weeks, I mean, you can't do any transaction either on your bank account or your mobile number because you have failed to obligate what you are supposed to do by law. I think it's a laudable thing the president has stated, but don't take the 1 cedi as what he said. I mean, that is just on a lighter note. I'm sure we cannot pay 1 cedi for all the cars. Saloon car and go to have 1 cedi, not trailer or say me can go to have 1 cedi. So I'm sure that the status quo will still remain. But I know the president who say when he talks, he's a very good person, communicator. He talks with the humor, he make it, but he has communicated. At least everybody laughed when he made that 1 cedi thing. But deep down, we'll be taking more than maybe there will be the minimum and there will be the maximum. One other thing that we have maybe.
That's right.
So I think it's a very good communicator.
You are right. You are right. Yeah.
President is a very good communicator, and he will sing down the communicate. I mean, whatever you want to say, but I mean, he will leave the rest for like some of us who are now doing a discussion with you. Trailer to me go to have 1 cedi. So the trailer no to have 3 cedi before you're suspending at least they by now say to have 10 cedi or to 8 because my example be say Ufi South Africa from Bloemfontein to Pretoria as Ufi Accra. You have paid. I don't want that to sound a bit your gun now, but because of the kind of road that they have done on the way, you would have paid about 94 cedis.
I see. But
you would have enjoyed a 5-lane, 10-lane road, only traffic beer in Yasemo Anderson. Properly designed road. We are flying with the speed of light. So you can enter the road from Accra to Kuma Asunyani in maybe Accra by 8 o'clock in the morning. You will also assure by 11:30 and 11 hours. That is value for money. Because you have used the road, you have not endured so much pain, you have not spent too much time in the traffic. Traveling time has been so shortened. You have economized your fuel, you have economized your health, and so there are a lot of benefit that goes with some of these conditions or some of these specifications or work that will go with a certain cost. The other one that quickly before I forget, we have to address the foreign cars. For the foreign cars, do not have our national identification card. They are not those who are coming from every now and then. They are coming from Burkina Faso. They are coming from Cote d'Ivoire. They are coming from Togo and the likes. So there should be a modality that whether they are entering from our borders, and we know their route, what are we going to do? Is it going to be a certain X quantity or X amount of money? Answer: there will be a cheat given to the person when is entering from the border, so that after wiring it rounds near now. Maybe as he's doing offer to be it will be accumulating, and at a point, the personnel would have to find a way to collect that money. And now say, be 4, 5, 6 people at a time. Maybe one of them will be for foreign cars or money and.
And no, me person me busa onanka o educate you. For example, if I say bia Toby wo ye ni mu ha se that 20 hours ya. E bia na Toby wo ha sei. Na me betwa makono, a capture me. I call me mobile money so at me sikano automatically. Okay, that's fine. Na me sa ba I capture my and I besa at me bejimi biomana.
I'm sure, but you see, I had one of my reservations. I'm sure because I said the president was just giving the FMB bulletin, and the FMB skeleton. When you say skeleton now, you are not going to put the flesh on it.
Yeah, the sketch speech. Yeah,
that's right. So I don't think so. Considering the lot of fraudulent and scamming where organ it cannot be just automated. Say, from the mobile money. You have to consent to it. Because in fact, I can tell you without any shadow that say a lot of things will happen on people's phones. Because say it's kind of obi phones, and yet on your shut by his own. Accept offer an acceptance. I've gone through something, I am mandated to pay. So I have to agree to the payment. For sale cemetery. So there should be a model say maybe when phone, so I have to allow payment to go. And then there will be other modalities to streamline any recalcitrant person who wouldn't like to pay the money. But you will pay. Because now there will be maybe some bylaws or some act there. But say when you are money could as a quick loan. Quick loan or MTN more threshold. So we will be a beginner on time to our car. Maybe say we will be to my could do 100 Ghana cedis. We will be very reliable to meet you or back. I mean, he pays his loans back. It will look about 500. So there's always going to be a minimum threshold, I would say. But automatically, say independent human at the phone. So that means I think that you are allowing some assets. I mean, the lawyers will come in, and I'm sure the tax expert and the lawyers will now do that. But I'm saying that there will be a way that the person has to consent before his money goes out of his phone.
Okay.
There should be a way like that. Like with a bank, no credit transaction at the end of the month, bank for two, maybe 110 cedi or 200 cedi. I mean, for my business company, my business account COT, it's about 200 Ghana cedis a month. And that one they're automatically because they know it's a monthly.
Yeah.
Because you have actually consented. Yeah. They know that's a policy they have laid. But say me fat no be at me or me phones no way no. I think say they will do it.
Okay.
Undermine. So I know government will do it because they have a lot of IT experts who handle these things with sticky ease.
Your engineer, yeah, but that's a pa na yeah, queer no one so we say a bulletin and our man penny diamay.
Yeah, one other thing. Yeah, one other thing. Okay, we say Uchimo make us a maintain back on us Bruno back on us touching Bibrina. The initial one, because we are monomuti wage area no the enclave no. They were made to bring their numbers or something to be say okay, the of maybe 20 times a day. That's why he works. If he has to go there also 50 times in a week.
The empire is why a trot.
That's right. Oh, trot is a commercial no ejuma. But an individual ejuma like say you are compared to come out on and off your office by 10 times a day. They have a way that they will handle it. And then because the Ghana Revenue Authority will come in after the president has made this president directive now. They will sit down and streamline all these things. People within that area may not be like say as or business or cobas, and maybe there will be a modality for the payment of those who are actually using the place like more than normal or the area or normal. They come with it. And that one too, it will link with your GPS. Say out the area hamper. So although look at all those documents, this means you actually stay within an area where you use it about 5-10 times a day in the same locality. UPS code and other things will all come into to know your physical location and all your other information for DRA too.
Engineer, but that's not ne kwakwa mu no. On say baako no say baako na na nkofo yete no mu deep dream. Ebi okwa mo atimi print card ni bi. Take it ni bi ni ade na afi o mu di sika ni bi gu ombotom. Eti to no ba na nkofo ko ho o mu timi ye setam. When the be automated no me sure pass ya digitalizing no be ma corruption so at there but ho bia ni baby and window bia ni baby obi so betimi dia ye ne number be the number 1 number 2 bisa.
Oh, almost start here. The personnel who will be engaged now I mean, like I said, the IT expert will be very Ghana. They will see the loopholes, they will crack it, they will close it up. But at least it's better. It is in fact over 95% better than the fiscal people who are sitting there and doing their omojitono. But when human interference is more, the embezzlement and other corruption there is always high. But what would drastically reduce the human interference now? Digitalization is the way to go.
All right. Engineer bedasi pi nyame ya domu ayekwe yanum na ye besa ba bi wan e dia be dia me shia dia lectures nko a make a paper ne so ya mama church sa yes that's it pa